Well, let us consider the characters and the personalities and the likely stamina of the lead drivers. Nelson Piquet was born and brought up in this climate. He is a Brazilian, and although he has been away from Brazil because of his racing career for some time, I'm hypothesizing that it will be easier for him to keep going. But Keke Rosberg in second place is also, it's not my voice you're hearing, I promise you. Keke Rosberg is also a very, very hard man. But I noticed just before our friend here started talking to us that Alain Prost had not only pulled away from John Watson, but was also closing up on Keke Rosberg. And if only the Brazilian producer would return us to the race. Here it is. There is Prost. Now, where is John Watson?
I think certainly, it's very difficult to analyse sort of physical attributes because different drivers have a different physical output of effort that they put into their driving. But certainly of the personalities involved, the known real hard man, real tough guy there who will survive it all is Alain Prost. He's the smallest of them physically, but he's a really outstanding competitor and a really tough little chap, and I think that he will be amongst the survivors. Rosberg is very strong physically, he's a good hard guy, but I don't know how much output he puts into his driving. For instance, Didier Pironi is a very physical sort of driver, and I would think that if he were up there in the lead, he'd be suffering by now because he sweats a huge amount, puts every muscle in his body into getting the car around, and that of course is a disadvantage. One needs a slightly more economical style. Piquet, at the same time, is certainly personality-wise suspect under a lot of pressure physically, and is more likely to not collapse, but to go at it. I think if things are really hard for him and he's really suffering, I don't think he'd go at it with the same resolve that Rosberg and certainly Prost would attack the problem. But at the moment he's doing very well and he's pulling away a little bit from Rosberg, but it's still the old yo-yo situation by the look of things.
Well, Nelson Piquet has just passed and lapped for the second time Italian Mauro Baldi in the Arrows car, driving in his first Grand Prix. And as soon as I can see the two of them together, I'll give you a gap between Nelson Piquet and Rosberg. The answer is 1.8 seconds, and I took it at exactly the same point on the previous lap. And there, that's Salazar coming in, and Salazar was well up. He was in 9th position, the Chilean driver. He doesn't have the best of luck, does Eliseo Salazar, who made his name in the Aurora Championship the year before last. Now there's Piquet. Let's take the gap now. Now I've lost Keke Rosberg in second place. But Salazar, as I was saying, doesn't have the best of luck. He's really made his name in Grand Prix driving this year. First of all with an inside, and there, the car out of contention there is that of Chico Serra. That's the Brazilian driver, the Fittipaldi car, the only one. And Brazil is not having a very good race, except for the man at the front, of course, because Raul Barcel we saw go out earlier on in his March car. Now Chico Serra, the Brazilian in Emerson Fittipaldi's team. Emerson Fittipaldi, ex-double world champion, 1972 and 1974, who has won the Brazilian Grand Prix in his time, has now seen his driver out, and we are on now, lap 41 out of 63, watching the race leader, Nelson Piquet, who fought his way up to the top so superbly, who harried Gilles Villeneuve, who went off the circuit, and as he completes lap 41, the race order is Piquet. In second place is Rosberg, in third position is Prost, in fourth position is Watson, in fifth position is Mansell, and in sixth place is Winkelhock.